are you? I am you, from another dimension. Why do I look like that? In this dimension, you are a liberal, and people call me femson. I see that you're watching the B movie. Do you ever feel like you want to identify as a bee? Like you really are truly a bee inside. That's good, because in my dimension, you can identify as trans species or anything you like. Because in my dimension, you transcend species. How does that make any sense? In time, you will learn. Remember me, and remember my pronouns. Yeah, so this lady identifies as an elf. I am not joking. This woman literally identifies as otherkin. Now, for the homeschoolers watching this video, otherkin is defined as a person who identifies as non-human, typically as being wholly or partially an animal or mythical being. I don't know, but I feel like we used to describe these people differently. What was it now? Oh, right.
Freaking insane.
Identifying as an elf is one thing, but do you genuinely believe you are something other than human?
I do. I came into this world feeling different, and I believe that I'm not the only one.
So could this elf lady at least, try to be original? I mean, she says she came into this world feeling differently or whatever, but lady, you literally just stole that one from the gays. Also, just putting this out there, but just feeling different doesn't mean that you're actually an elf. When I was born, I felt different. I think I might be a goblin, or perhaps a Pegasus. No, wait, I'm just autistic.
I'm an otherkin teacher in the idea that I take on this identity in order to teach the ways of the elves.
And where exactly did you receive your credentials to teach the way of the elves? The Keebler tree? So if it's not obvious enough, I think otherkin are dumb. I think that they're living in a fantasy, I think that they're sad, desperate losers, and I feel like they're trying to take the LGBT approach on things, but where LGBT people have much more of a basis for their behavior, otherkin people are usually just crazy attention whores.
Send light, love, and wisdom across the world. May all humans realize how special and precious they each are.
So is she doing some kind of elf voodoo here? But more importantly, is this really all it takes to be an elf? Is it really this easy? Saying some generic babble, basically reading a Hallmark card, and then blowing out a candle. Let all people know that they should love everyone. Treat others how they want to be treated. Let all people know that bad things are bad, and good things are good. What's happened to me?
I knew that I was an elvikin when I first watched the Lord of the Rings movies, as well as read the books as a child.
So people are probably gonna call me mean for this, but I have no issue saying that this woman is delusional. I mean, she's literally calling herself an elvikin and basing her entire identity off of a movie. A boring movie at that. Elf lady, that's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. I mean, if you're basing your entire identity off of a movie, is it conversion therapy to turn off the TV?
I consider myself an elvikin, which is an otherkin that feels more like an elf than human at times.
Stop pretending that you're otherkin. You're a grown woman playing dress up.
Otherkins are those souls that have a human body, but their soul belongs to some other species, whether it be animals or the Fae.
So you realize that even from the most liberal perspective, even from the perspective that gender is a social construct and there are more than two genders and you can identify as whatever gender you want, you're still outside the realm of plausibility. I mean, even more practically, elves aren't real. So how can you feel like an elf? I mean, hell, sometimes after taking a sniff of the pixie dust, I feel like I can fly. I guess I identify as Tinkerbell.
An elvikin is someone who chooses to live their life like an elf. It's far more than just cosplay. It's about a way of life and being connected to nature always.
So this is what happens when lonely white women try and create a religion. Your soul is that of another creature, and the only way to recognize this is by spinning in a circle while saying Legolas 3 times in the mirror. But yo, credit where it's due. This woman at least managed to make Scientology look reasonable. I just don't see how any of this would affect someone's identity. I mean, if you want to feel close to nature, grow a garden. You don't have to prance around pretending you're the Lorax. This unironically feels way more like a religion or some kind of creepy cult than an identity.
Every elvikin needs a special place in their home, and this is mine, in which I keep all my elven jewelry, some of my more important elven books, Tarot of the Elves, and different memorabilia from Lord of the Rings movies. This is my happy place where I go in order to feel like an elf and do elven magic, in which I send daily intentions out of what I want to see happen in the world and what I would like for myself and for others.
Well, this just got serious. I mean, look guys, she even has her own lair, or maybe you would want to call it a shrine, where she practices her elvish magic by sending out intentions. What? Hey mom, so I know that the sickness is terminal, but I have good news. I will be sending you the very best intentions. Why do I hear flatlining?
Being an elf really is about you being comfortable in your natural beauty. So I really don't wear a lot of makeup, but when I do go out, I like to put a little shimmer on.
Okay, I can't even keep up. This lady has listed like 10 things that being an elf is all about. First, it's educating otherkin people about the ways of the elves. Then it was speaking for the trees. Now it's refusing to put on too much makeup. Because if you do that, well, you won't look like an elf, but you might look like a fairy.
When you look at a tree, you see all of its flaws, all of its rough edges and holes. And so when someone gets in touch with their elven soul, they finally see all of those flaws, all of those imperfect things within themselves as something beautiful, something unique.
Sweetheart, please. Calm down, this is literally just cosplay. Why are you adding some weird spiritual identity element to this? Of course there's nothing wrong with accepting your flaws, but what on earth does this have to do with being an elf? This woman kind of sounds like she's piggybacking on LGBT talking points in order to justify her strange addiction to Lord of the Rings. Dad, dressing up as Legolas and the Keebler elf's love child is not a phase. It's an identity. Well, there you have it, folks. This woman literally identifies as an elf. Yet another peek inside the strange delusional mind of an otherkin. Please give this video a like, comment below, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks everyone for watching. I'm gonna go jump off a cliff. After all, I identify as a toucan, and I know I can fly.